After a 30-day vacation period, he's finally appeared and immediately arrested by the team on the ground. It was an all-women cop team that took him in that vehicle and then have taken him into custody. There's clearly a messaging there that has been sent out by the Karnataka police team. Bengaluru top cop and Karnataka Home Minister, we are told, in a huddle. There will be a briefing. Investigation will now begin. While, of course, the probe started earlier itself, but with him there will be a questioning as much as it's possible, while he maintains all of this is political vendetta and morphed videos against him. Sagai Raj and Nagarjun Dwarkanath joins me this morning on the first step. I want to also inform the viewer that till about 2 a.m. last night, our colleagues on the ground were consistently updating us. They're now joining us this morning as well to help us understand what next. What is happening right now, Nagarjun, specifically when it comes to the investigation? We are told Karnataka Home Minister is in a huddle, and why?
Moments before this live puja, the Bangalore Police Commissioner Dayanand has reached Home Minister's residence here in Bengaluru and is briefing him as to what are the security measures that have been taken up in Bengaluru as well, if at all there is a protest that will happening, and what is the police security forces deployed in the city. He's giving the numbers, and not just that, and ADG L&O Law and Order, Mr. Hitendra, has also reached Home Minister residence. He's briefing him about Hassan district, what are the security measures taken up across the district as well, and briefing him where are the police forces deployed in case of emergency. Because considering this is a political case, there might be protests from the party, but from both JDS as well as Congress. We were told last night itself that the Youth Congress would protest near the airport, but they didn't do it. But today there are likely to be protests across Hassan district as well as Bengaluru. So we'll have to wait and watch the information from political parties. So the Home Minister is taking a briefing as to what time did the arrest happen, what are the next course of action. So the top cops have come to brief the Home Minister as of now.
Nagarjun, please stay on with me. Sagai Raj also continues to be with us. Sagai, what happens here on? He has returned. He maintains all of this is fake and what? How is he going to, what is he going to say in his defense? And how do the cops say that there is enough evidence against him?
See, already in this anticipatory play which has been applied in session court has clearly mentioned that where he cries all these allegations are baseless and fabricated against him, especially targeting the state Congress government of political conspiracy against him. So he has been claiming that he is innocent, he is nowhere involved in all those charges against him, and he is ready to face the interrogation by SIT. And much before he could even present himself today at 10 a.m., he was being arrested yesterday when he landed in international airport here in Bengaluru. As we speak now, the police might interrogate inside a CID office. What we get to learn through our sources is that they might go ahead and question him about the mother device. Mother device is probably mobile, where he has recorded all this video. So to question him, where is the video and what is the source of the video which has been circulated, whether it was from the mobile or any other device. So they will try to procure that, and thereafter they will question him where he was staying, who was trying to help him, who are the people who had helped him financially and also gave him shelter in Germany. So these are the primary questions which will be asked, and later on they will go to the statements of the victims who have already given to SIT to seek a clarification from him, and thereafter they might also take the audio sample of him to go ahead and match with the audio sample, audio of the video which has already been circulated with the FSL. So it's a long process which will be done, and after all these things is done, or when the process of doing all this stuff, probably he might be taken to a medical test, and thereafter he might be produced in front of a judge to seek a police custody.
So there will, of course, be a full-on investigation now that he's back. But also remember, the cops have had enough time to be able to build on evidence. And amid all of this, spare a thought for the women who have been seen in those videos, who maintain that it was not a consent and that they were being assaulted and harassed consistently. Stay on with me, Sagai. Nagarjun also continues to give us updates. But for the viewer tuning in this morning, what exactly unfolded in the past few hours? You must have constantly been, you've heard about how India Today has been reporting about the cases from Karnataka of sexual harassment that have been leveled against a sitting member of parliament who comes from the biggest influential family of Karnataka. He's the grandson of former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda. Here are the latest developments in this case. Prajwal Revanna, who's been facing those allegations, was arrested immediately after midnight by the SIT when he landed from Germany after 1 month. Revanna was taken into custody by the SIT officials who've been tasked with investigating the charges against him. Interestingly, when he was brought to the CID office, it was an all-women cop team in the police jeep with him. There was clearly a message here there that was sent out. Forensics is likely to collect voice samples to match the videos that have been circulating where there is a voice seen even though the face has not been seen of Prajwal Revanna. He can also be taken to the crime scene in Hassan, which importantly is his own family farmhouse. In his defense, the JDS MP has termed the cases against him as false and political conspiracy. He has also sent out an anticipatory bail plea and expects to get relief in this case. Siddaramaiah government has said that law has finally taken its course. The JDS Supremo Deve Gowda, meanwhile, has reiterated that his grandson should be given the harshest punishment if found guilty as per law. And on that final note, I go across to India Today's Sagai Raj. Sagai, of course, there's a political showdown. He's a JDS MP, BJP JDS candidate this time from Hassan, and it's a Congress-ruled state. But what I found very interesting was what H.D. Deve Gowda has said. He's the grandfather. He's been a former prime minister, but he's also, has he said, that if he has been proven guilty, take action. Do not spare him.
Absolutely. He had written an open threatening letter to Prajwal Revanna and warned him that he had to return to India or else he had to face the consequences from the people as well as the party. And subsequently, he had also mentioned in the letter that whatever the law of the land should be prevailed and ensure that whoever is guilty should be punished irrespective of whether he is a grandson or an MP. So the letter was quite clear that it was a warning for him and they have asked him to return to the country. Not only him, even the former chief minister and his uncle S.D. Kumaraswamy has also requested him and asked him that he should return. He should not go ahead and take the advice of the lawyers. Rather, he have to come here and face the legal consequences. So now after the blue corner notice and after his passport was cancelled, now he has no other go. That is the reason he has presented himself in front of, that is the reason he said that he will present himself in front of SIT. And much before he could even visit SIT, he was being arrested by police inside the airport at the immigration office. So these all history. What is going to happen now? Yesterday, the message is quite clear that the female officers have escorted him. They are the one who have arrested him. The message has been sent to all the victims and the survivors that you need not worry. They are there for you and you need to come forward and file a complaint if there are any kind of accusation and charges against him or if there are any kind of injustice done by Prajwal Revanna or his family against the survivors. So the police have done their job. It is now the government which should also create an awareness and also ensure that safety and security of the other survivors who have not registered a complaint or not registered any kind of FIR against any of the predators, whether it is Prajwal Revanna or anybody else, to come forward and do it.
Sagai Raj continues to be with us. Remember, in this case, it is also about encouraging women who've either been seen in the videos or if they have also been assaulted and harassed, if they want to come forth and speak up, because this is as much about the dignity of these women. Remember, we're talking about a local Hassan constituency where these poor, vulnerable women, likely from villages, came and were employed with the Revanna family, and then there have been harassment allegations against him.